Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Love Stories from Everywhere. I'm your host, Jill L. Ferguson, and today with me is the fabulous Sarah Givens. How are you today, Sarah?
Fine. I don't know about fabulous, but fine.
You're not feeling fabulous this morning?
No, I am actually. It's nice today.
Yeah. That's it. That blue is such a gorgeous color on you. I love it.
This is my color, one of my colors.
Yeah.
Purple, red, royal blue.
Yeah. So good winter colors and
Exactly.
yeah.
Goes with the gray.
So I met you when you registered for a writing class I was teaching.
Yes.
And it turned out that you happen to live in the same town I do, or city, I guess. It's too big of a place to be called a town. But you also live, I think, part-time in Mexico in addition to California? Or you have property there?
Yeah, we have a place on Baja, southern Baja, and our goal was to stay there permanently because we did rent for about 5 years and then we bought a place. But my husband lost his online work and my daughter lost her online work, and online work is more difficult to find these days. And so my husband went to work for a previous client here in Long Beach, which was nice because we have friends here and we prayed to be here. And so we're grateful to be here and we're really enjoying it.
Okay. Well, what kind of work did your husband do?
Oh, when I met him, he worked for Delta Airlines, which is one of the reasons I married him. No, I'm teasing. But now he's in logistics and shipping, warehousing. Yeah, he's really good at it.
Okay. And when he worked for Delta, did he do something similar?
He was a ramp supervisor on the international concourse in Atlanta.
Oh,
so we lived in Georgia for a while.
Nice. Well, that airport's just amazing.
I know.
It is so busy and so well run. I mean, you may have a different perspective from the back end, but as a passenger, it seems like it's so automated and for the amount of millions of people that come through there every day, they really have it down to a science.
And when I married Joe, he worked for Delta, and so I moved to Atlanta from Oklahoma, and we flew so much, Jill. We flew so much. I mean, every month that I could have walked through that airport blindfolded.
Where's your favorite place you've ever been?
My favorite place is I love Mexico. Mexico City is so old world and so mysterious, and the art, Diego Rivera influence, it's just amazing. I love Mexico City. But I'd have to say back then, when I married Joe, our favorite place was Costa Rica. We went 6 times. We loved Costa Rica.
Did you fly into San Jose or the Liberia airport?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 4-hour flight from Atlanta, and we got to fly first class. And my daughter was like 9 years old, and she loved it. Yeah.
Nice. Love that.
We would go and we'd rent a car and we'd stay for about 15 days and drive all over the country.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So you're not just like going to one place and, taking in a city or something. You're exploring.
Yeah. I'm an explorer. I always have been. I've been exploring since I was a kid. Yeah. And I don't like to go and stay in a resort. I will if we have friends that want us to go, but I like to see everything.
I'm with you. That's how I am. I'm an actual traveler, not a tourist.
Yeah, right? Me too. Yeah.
And you want to meet local people and understand.
Eat the local food.
Yeah. Do you speak Spanish? Since you're talking about Spanish countries mostly, Spanish-speaking countries?
I have tried to learn Spanish 3 times. I tried in high school. I went to Ecuador and took lessons with my daughter when she was a teenager. And then I just recently did Spanish lessons online with a friend for like 7 months. And I just gave it up like a month ago because I cannot get it. I am not a language learning person. I've attempted to learn American Sign Language also.
Okay. I took classes in that when I was 9.
Did you?
Yeah, my church offered them. And so my mom and I went together.
That's how my daughter and I did it. We did the same thing. Yeah. And I really loved it. I loved it. I think American
That
Sign Language.
is easier for you
Yes,
than
because
spoken
I think
languages?
I think I'm a more visual person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still follow, people on Instagram that sign just so that I, keep signs in mind. And Sam and I will still like sign to each other every now and then, but to carry on a conversation, I probably couldn't do.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. So what other places have you been that you really loved?
I love Wales.
Okay.
My daughter and I went because I was convinced that I was Welsh, but I'm not.
I was this pre-DNA test?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And my husband and I went to Turkey. We went to Izmir and
Okay.
absolutely loved it.
And that's not a place where, if the average person goes to Turkey, it's not usually there.
No, it's
Right.
usually
Yeah. Yeah.
usually not Izmir, but it's really nice there.
Istanbul. Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually Istanbul, but I loved Izmir. The markets are amazing. The food is amazing. The only thing about Izmir that I would warn people about is they do not care about pedestrians. So you have to be really careful walking because they fly through intersections and they drive really fast. But other than that, it was an amazing city to visit. I'd go back any day.
So you said that you've been to Costa Rica a number of times. You've been to Mexico clearly a lot.
A lot.
So you're not one of those people that wants to see everything and only doesn't want to repeat a place because there's so many other places to see.
Right. I'll repeat some places like Mexico City. I'll go there any day. I love
Uh-huh.
Mexico City. And like we went to Costa Rica 6 times but there's so many places I want to see. I'd love to go to the Himalayas in India.
Uh-huh.
And there's lots of places. I love Canada. I love the Pacific Northwest. My daughter and I just went to Oregon to the coast because we'd
Yeah.
never seen it and we both loved it. It's so peaceful and beautiful up there.
And which part of the coast did you go to?
We
Were you
flew
in
into
a beach or somewhere else?
Yeah, we flew into Eugene and we drove to Yachats and we
Yeah.
stayed on the coast.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's people who have never been to the Oregon coast. One of the things that I think people get struck by is that it's a lot rockier than people are expecting. Like it's not this fine sand,
No.
yeah.
You have to have some good hiking boots to get over all those rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's very kind of rugged and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very mystical.
Yeah.
When you're hiking those trails, we hiked the trail called the Hobbit Trail, and it was just so like you were in the movie. Yeah, I love
Or Lord of the Rings.
exactly.
Yeah. That's great. And have you been to Asia at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I love to go, but I'm so kind of like ADD and a little bit like hyper that 9 hours is about my limit on an airplane.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That
So,
explains it.
you know, I'm
Yeah.
I'm all for going to England and France and places that are about 9 hours, but more than
Well,
that,
if you're flying direct, they're
right?
not hours. Yeah.
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 I would
Yeah.
go
That's true.
I would go if we could lay over somewhere in between.
Yeah. Even if you lay over in Hawaii and stuff, it's still going to take you a
Yeah.
lot longer. Yeah. You'd have to do a number of short hops to do the 9 hour thing.
Yeah.
So, but you're missing out on that. See, the planes are my happy place.
Really?
Yeah. I love being in airports. I love being on planes. It's amazing that you can be on a plane and I choose not to be on Wi-Fi when I'm on planes.
Yeah.
So, I want it to be in my space that nobody can contact me. And so, 24-hour flights to Singapore or to Japan or whatever are like, yay, let's
Yeah.
go.
We've traveled so much, I'd consider myself a professional flyer. I'm that passenger who can sit down in the seat and before they're off the runway, I'm asleep.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm a
Yeah, because
professional.
there's a lot of people that say they can't sleep on planes, but
No,
it's
I
like,
can.
yeah.
I think, and I think it's probably because I'm a little bit ADD, and the drone, the noise,
Yeah.
the white noise, or whatever you want to call it, puts me to sleep.
I can sleep on planes too, but I always attributed it to when I was a child or like a very small child, right? My mom would put me in the back seat of the car in the car seat and drive me around to get me to take my naps.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's the engine noise I'm used to, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Makes
and
sense.
somehow my brain's associated with, oh, it's a good time to take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, you get to do some reading and writing and all kinds of other things that you want while you're there
Yeah.
without interruptions. So I noticed behind you, you have a painting of a burro or a donkey. Um, and your social media has them all over the place. What tell me about your love of animals and about donkeys or burros in particular.
Okay.
They're everywhere.
We moved to Baja. I don't know what year, but we were down there 6 years. We just have been in Long Beach since November. And so my daughter lived there. She's been there 9 years, and she was there before us. And so I went to help her move from Loreto to Todos Santos. And when we got to Todos Santos, it's a very art community.
Mhm.
And it's awesome. If you ever can go, you'd love it. It's awesome. But anyways, and I loved it. We're moving her there, and I'm like, I have to live here. But before that, I was in Arizona, and I had told myself one day, I want to do art. I want to do something, because my granddad was not arty, but artistic.
Yeah.
He painted, he welded, he would build things. He was really good at lots of things. And then my mom was an artist. And so I thought, I want to be an artist. I mean, I was watching all these girls on Instagram that did torn paper art, and they're amazing. So I started doing torn paper art, and then I taught myself how to do wood burning, and I was wood burning cutting boards for friends. So then I started painting, and I was just painting a little bit of everything, but I loved it. And so my daughter moved to Todos Santos, but then we were here in Long Beach at a friend's house, and her cousin was there. He's an artist here, and his name is Darren Grant.
Okay.
And so Samantha, my daughter, was telling him how I was painting, and she really liked my pop art. So Darren, he's been to Baja. His family has homes down there. And so he was telling Samantha and I that I should find a subject and stick with it. And he gave me the example of the blue dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, George Rodriguez.
Uh-huh.
I think that's his name. He's from New Orleans, or he was. But he just paints his dog.
Yeah.
It's always blue.
Yeah.
And
everybody knows the blue dog, even if they don't know who painted it.
Everybody. Exactly. Yeah. You'll see them in TV programs. You'll be watching a TV program, and there'll be a blue dog on the wall.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Samantha told me to start painting pop art donkeys, because on Baja, the donkeys roam free. They'll come to your house. You can feed them apples. If they like you, they'll follow you down the street. They're just, their noses are so squishy and they're so cute. They'll come up to the car. And anyways, so I started painting blue burros, and that was kind of my logo or whatever. And I did a couple of shows in Todos Santos. The open studio tour is amazing. If I'm not in it, I try to go to it or donate an artwork to it. It's amazing. So anyway, then we moved from Todos Santos to Los Burros, which is 2 hours across the peninsula on the Sea of Cortez. And I picked up doing my art there. And just to tell you, I'm not super popular or anything, but locals know me. Real estate agents, restaurants, hotels, people a few people know me, mostly real estate agents. And anyways, this is the funny thing though. My daughter, Samantha, still lives there in Los Barriles on our property. And she went to interview last week for a house sitting job, because she's doing house sitting and pet sitting.
Yeah.
The owner of the house said to her, "Is your mom the donkey lady?" So everybody associates me with painting donkeys, and they call me the donkey lady. And I still try, even though I'm not there, I try to have a presence there with my Facebook page, and I still paint. And I'm taking a painting down there in a few weeks, and trying to take some more so that my daughter can have them.
And do you have any in a gallery there, or are they on restaurant walls for sale or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, because people have asked me if I wanted to do that down there, but the restaurants are all open air, and
Oh,
the air down the
yeah.
sea and everything is really hard on stuff, and so I never did that. I put them in a real estate office for a while,
Uh-huh.
but I just
And are they acrylic or are they oil?
they're acrylic.
They're acrylics. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a lot of, well, I've done both and minor amount of watercolors, but
Yeah.
yeah, I used to have paintings for sale in a store in Kagoshima, Japan.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I would fly and take like 15 paintings at a time to Japan with me
Oh,
when I'd go. And yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
like that idea.
it's really amazing. And one like, and though I've sold a lot of like custom done artwork of animals mostly. The stuff that was in Japan was like a bunch of things that were cute, like almost anime-ish looking animals,
Yeah.
because it's kind of the culture of cute there. So that's what.
I started doing pet portraits while I was down there too, so I still do pet portraits.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I'd love to do pet portraits.
I've done a number of those. Yeah, that's so much fun. In fact,
Yeah.
I did this one crazy painting, and it may be on my website, but it was a square painting of somebody's dog, and this dog in real life had the longest eyelashes I have ever seen. So I bought false eyelashes and glued them to the canvas over the dog's eyes
Yeah.
to make it look more realistic.
That's the fun thing about art is you can be so creative, and
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I quit working in 2014.
What did you do?
Oh, I worked mostly in spas and in medical offices, doctors' offices. I went to school in 2007 to be an esthetician,
Mhm.
a facialist,
Yeah.
and that was my passion at the time. I loved it. My husband is so sweet that he always lets me, pursue my passions. And so I went to school for that. I loved every minute of it.
Uh-huh.
Graduated on the dean's honor roll and all that stuff. But then after I got into the business, working in a spa, there's so much drama, and you have to work nights and you have to work weekends, and anyway, so I didn't last.
And you didn't want to open your own place, and so you can control that. Yeah.
No, no, I would love to be a manager of a spa. I love
Yeah.
managing spas. I I did manage one spa and helped manage another spa, but yeah, I would do that, but I don't think I want to own anything of my own.
Okay.
But anyway, so then when I quit work, I quit in 2014, and I think after that and as you get older, you have the time to pursue things, and for me, like learning art and learning, wood burning and writing and
Mhm.
things. I don't know. I don't like want to be like famous or anything, but for me it's the accomplishment. Being
Okay.
able to say I did that, I tackled that. That to me gets you by in life. If you continue learning and challenging yourself, it makes you more happy with yourself. It's made me more happy with myself.
Yeah.
And
I agree. I mean, I think if we choose to just stay in one space, right, energetically, mentally, emotionally, it we never reach our full potential. But what it also makes us feel kind of deader inside.
it's true.
Um, Creativity always brings life into people, I believe.
Yeah.
Even people who think they aren't creative usually have something that they love doing that's sort of creative, whether it's cooking or baking or just playing a video game or designing their own stuff. And I believe that as we were created as humans, that it's innate in us to create.
Yeah. And I think when you get older, you need to keep your brain sharp, and
Yeah.
so during the pandemic, I taught myself how to play some, online or some games that,
Yeah.
kids would play, but they're not actually easy to play. You have to like go on YouTube and teach yourself how to play them.
Yeah.
So I did that during the pandemic. I taught myself how to play some games just, to keep myself sharp. I was trying to learn Punjabi, the alphabet. It was so
Wow.
it was so hard, but during the pandemic, you have so much time on your hand, and so every evening, I'm telling my husband and my daughter, "Okay, you guys go to bed. I have to learn Punjabi. I didn't learn it, but
but you worked at it.
I worked at it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
I love to read. I love art. I read the Bible every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just super grateful to have a husband who lets me pursue things, like my art and writing, and my daughter's like my biggest fan. She's amazing.
Oh, how old's your daughter?
She's going to be 36.
Oh, yay. Nice.
She's lived on the Baja permanent full time for 9 years now. Three different towns. She loves it.
So she has Mexican residency?
No, I do, but she's still a temporary resident. She's got to get hers coming up soon. Yeah.
Do you find it's easy to go back and forth across the border?
Oh yeah.
Anymore? Okay.
We do the cross-border express in Tijuana.
Mm-hmm.
In Tijuana,
it's
gotten so popular since they started it, but it's easy peasy. Yeah. I tell everybody to do that cross-border express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know what that is, right, let's talk a little bit about that, because there are people that watch the show that aren't here in Southern California. So it's a bus system, basically, right? No, it isn't.
No, it's like you're going to the airport, and you put your car in a temporary lot or taxi there or whatever. You actually go in the building, and it's just it's more like a big long hallway.
Okay.
That takes you to the airport on the other side. It's super easy.
But you leave your car on the U.S. side.
You can put it in.
Yeah. And then what do you do once you get on the other side?
You go to your gate.
You go to your gate?
And fly to Cabo San Lucas.
Okay. From Tijuana.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
And then how far is the drive from Cabo to
our place?
Yeah.
We're directly 45 minutes north of the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our place is a hodgepodge. It was actually a mechanic shop when we bought it. It was a disaster. And we were going to build like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath place on it, but we got discouraged pretty easy. And so we just it already had a casita on it. We just had to put a kitchen on that casita. So we had a kitchen put, and then across from the casita was another building that had never been used. So we made that a master bedroom, master bath.
Okay.
And it's at the back of the property, and it's gated, so it has its own little courtyard. And then in front of that, we had to put on 2 new gates. We had to wall the property. And so inside there, we have a camper that I used to paint out of, and I hosted a journal class for friends.
Oh, nice.
And then in between that is an above ground pool, and then across from that is a fifth wheel we bought from friends, a large fifth wheel that we had a deck put on, and it faces the Sea of Cortez. So it's kind of like, a little compound.
Yeah, with multiple places to stay, and yeah. Were you planning on like Airbnb-ing it at some point, or no? Okay, no. Keep it family and friends.
Yeah, my daughter has had, a few guests in there, and it's a lot. You know, people ask a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it just was too overwhelming for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and there's a lot of wear and tear on your places in Mexico. I mean, you have to, maintenance is a daily thing there because of the air, the sea, the salt, the sand. And so, if you have a place like that, they get used and abused real fast.
So what do you do to help with that? I mean, are you using, so the reason I ask this is so my neighbor a few doors down painted his house right here in Long Beach. And because of the salt water, and the air and everything, the paint didn't last very long, or at least not as long as he was hoping. So he ended up this last go around, which there was fewer than 7 years between the last paint job and then the most current one. But he ended up using marine paint on the house.
Well,
because
that's a
he
good
thought
idea.
maybe that would last longer, right? Where
Good
the
idea.
verdict's still out. It's only been a year or two. Um, but yeah. So what do you do there for that? Like, how do
Everything's
you?
concrete there.
Mhm.
You know, in Mexico, if you go anywhere in Mexico, everything looks old. You know what I
Yeah. Oh
mean?
yeah.
After a while, you know, because it's just that way. Everything's with concrete, you know, and
Yeah.
everything's porous. And the paint, you can't really get good paint down there.
Yeah.
It's not great quality. And so you just have to repaint and maintain and keep things clean. It's funny because, you know, Mexicans are very clean people.
Uh-huh.
Their houses they may not be a whole lot,
Uh-huh.
you know, but they're always cleaning and sweeping and dusting and taking
Yeah.
care of things. And that's how it is when you live down there. It's a
Uh-huh.
constant sweeping and dusting and
Yeah.
taking care of things every day.
It
Crazy.
is super dusty. I mean,
Yeah.
the ground causes a lot of dust.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very dusty.
Yeah.
You
But
get used to it.
you wouldn't trade it for anything.
No, I love it. No, we love it down there. I don't know if I want to go back permanently because I'm really enjoying Long Beach, and
Oh, okay.
we've moved so much that I'm kind of ready to just put down and stay. And my neighbor Trisha tells me I can't go anywhere, so
So you just mentioned Trisha, and Trisha's been on this show,
yeah.
and you guys were childhood friends, if I understand right, in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Oklahoma.
Where is Cleveland, Oklahoma? I don't even know.
It is north of Tulsa on
Okay.
the Arkansas River.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so you started there in your life, and then where have you lived since you said you lived a bunch of places?
Well, I lived in Oklahoma until I married Joe, and that was when I was I think I was 29, and we moved to Atlanta,
Okay.
which I loved,
Good.
absolutely loved it. And then we moved back to Oklahoma for a while. And then in 2014, my daughter and my husband and I all wanted to leave. And so we moved to Arizona to the high desert.
Okay.
Just because my daughter and I had always wanted to go out there and visit. And we moved there sight unseen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
rented
Yeah.
we rented a house online, didn't even look at it. My daughter and I packed up 2 cars and drove out first, and then my husband came 2 weeks later.
And did you guys bring the dog, or did you not have a dog at that point?
We did. We had 2 white boxers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were wild to take, but
And
we made it.
what part of Arizona did you live
We
in?
went to Kingman.
Okay.
We went to
Yeah.
Kingman, Arizona. And then after that, we went to Kanab, Utah, where
Okay.
Zion and
Uh-huh.
Bryce Canyon and the North Rim are.
Gorgeous country. Yeah.
It is, but we didn't like it there. We didn't last.
Okay.
So after that, we went to Gilbert, Arizona, which is the,
Yeah.
East Valley of Phoenix.
Yep.
We loved it, and we all still to this day ask ourselves why we left.
Okay.
We lived in this amazing neighborhood. It was huge. It was called Seville,
Uh-huh.
and they had a magazine. That's how big the neighborhood was. It was called Stroll Seville. So I wrote a couple of articles for the magazine, which I was pretty excited about.
Yeah.
And I had the same haircut at the time.
Oh, nice.
Then Samantha, Joe and I started going to the Baja just because when I was young, there's some books in your life that just make an impact on you and they affect you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was young, I was reading Peter Benchley's books. He wrote Jaws.
Mhm.
I love that kind of stuff. So I read The Girl in the Sea of Cortez by Peter Benchley.
Uh-huh.
And that was a long time ago, but ever since I've always wanted to go to the Sea of Cortez. So Joe took me when we lived in Arizona. He took me for our anniversary to La Paz.
Uh-huh. Oh, I've been there.
I love La Paz.
I've been swimming with whale sharks there. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so we started going down there, and we rented a house in Loreto, which is about a little more than halfway down the Baja.
Mhm.
And we told Sam, you need to come down here. You'll love it. So the last week of our visit, she came down, and then she ended up staying there. And so then we ended up moving to Todos Santos when she did, and we moved to Los Burros. Now we're in Long Beach. People think we move a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot to me, but
you're experiencing the world life in various, different parts of the
yeah.
country and countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like my mom's family, they never left Oklahoma. They never left the streets that they were raised
Yeah.
on, that kind of thing, which is good. And sometimes I think being settled like that appeals to me more the older I get. But every time we move, it forces me to change in some way, and change is growth.
Yeah.
So, like when we got here, it was so different because in Los Burros, there's no traffic lights, there's no traffic. I don't have to wear shoes, I don't have to put on makeup, I
Yeah.
don't have to put on a bra half the time. But here, I have to get dressed just to walk the dog, and there's traffic and pedestrians and dog walkers and motorbikes and skateboarders.
In defense of that, I've seen people walking their dogs in their robes and their slippers in the mornings, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
no.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so the Peter Benchley book, The Girl in the Sea of Cortez, is the reason we ended up living on Baja.
Nice.
And when I worked in the doctor's offices, back then they had magazines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I always waited for the Southern Living magazine. I couldn't wait. I loved that magazine. Back then it was thick and it was awesome. And so I just couldn't wait. So every time we'd get the Southern Living magazine, I would get it first and I would keep it for days and study it. I loved everything about the South. And this was when I was a single mom. And then I meet Joe, who lives in Atlanta, and I end up living in the South. So I really think, the things you focus on, what you read, what you study, what you think about affects your life and where you end up and what you do.
Yeah, I agree. So there's on your social media, I'm going to pull this up and read it because you have a quote from somebody, from Frank Barron, that says the creative person is both more primitive and more cultivated, more destructive, a lot madder and a lot saner than the average person.
Matter for sure.
and I want to explore that a little bit, right? Because it's like was it Carl Jung that talked about the failure in life is one that's unexamined, right? And I feel like this is kind of like that, right? Like understanding that you're, as a human, multifaceted.
Right.
Right. That you don't have to stick one label on it and be good.
Right. Exactly.
And I think your life sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, that's completely me. I tell people all the time, I know a little bit about everything, just enough to, have a conversation with people, but
yeah,
it's okay. You can keep learning. I love art because we went to the Louvre in France.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly fell in love with art, and I got to meet my favorite artist in Phoenix just because just happened to be following a gallery there, and he came and I got to meet him, and he was so sweet and non-judgmental and encouraging, and that just furthered my desire to keep trying.
And did it feel emotional to meet him?
Oh my goodness. I was so starstruck. It was hilarious. My husband was with me. He'll tell you. I was like fumbling over my words. It was hilarious. His name is David Kroll. He's an American artist.
Uh-huh.
And he paints, they're kind of surrealism,
mm-hmm.
but they represent the fragility of life. So he puts porcelain and butterflies and moths and trees, and they're just amazing. I first saw his art on the Dawn Princess cruise line in like 1999 and was just amazed by his art. And then, years later, I got to meet him and it was hilarious.
Yeah. For my 34th birthday, my husband at the time took me to meet Judy Blume, who was in town. And I just totally I got up, shook my hand, said something to me, and I burst into tears. I was so emotional getting to meet her, right? Because I read her books as a kid and read her adult books. And that was kind of what I patterned from childhood, my writing career on, was being able to write for all ages like she did.
Right.
But then to meet her in person was just so overwhelming emotionally. I never thought I'd get to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And so I find that people don't understand even the power that they have or the connection with other people that they've never even met, especially when it comes to art of any form.
It's
Right.
true. It's true. And you can inspire so many people just with the smallest thing,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, I had a few Zoom classes and a few, a journal class down there in Mexico with just 3 or 4 women at a time, but
Mhm.
it inspires people so much, just
Yeah.
little things.
Are you still teaching journal classes?
No,
No.
we miss it so much though.
Okay.
It was fun. This is what we did. I would invite 3 or 4 women, and we would sit in my little camper, and we'd have a writing challenge.
Uh-huh.
So they'd have to write like a haiku or something they've never done before,
Yeah.
It would be so hilarious, some of the things those ladies came up with. Then we would have a drawing challenge, which I'm not a great drawer, so that was good practice for me. Then we would do a craft
Okay.
within an hour and a half. It was lots of fun. I miss it.
Nice. So why aren't you going to start it again?
I should. You know
Yeah.
what though? I had space there. Here,
You
I
don't
don't
as
have
much.
really in this apartment. I don't have room for much, and my dining room table only has 2 chairs, and
You could
so
do it as a destination event for a long weekend or something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides art and travel, are there other things you're passionate about?
Well,
And Joe.
yeah, since joining your class, I'm pretty passionate about writing right now. Your class, I'm going to tell you, the first time I joined your class, the very first class, I was addicted. It is so much fun. And so I told,
Thank you.
after that first class, I told Joe, I said, I can do this for the rest of my life. I absolutely love it. Yeah,
That's wonderful. And the stuff you write is so great. So let's talk about that because right now you're writing a novel,
I am.
right? And it has characters that might seem unusual to some readers, right? Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about them.
Well, um, it's women in their 70s who are widowed.
Mhm.
I don't think many people write about older women. A lot of it's
Mhm.
tailored to younger, and which is good, but it's really what inspired me is living here and the fact that Trisha and I have a plan to stay here and grow old here, and so it's really a book about how I could see myself because right now I'm 58, but how I could see myself in my 70s
Mhm.
if I was widowed,
Mhm.
and
No offense, Joe.
yeah, no, that's true. So it's about 2 women and how, they rely on each other and they have hobbies together and, they're what they're I don't know. It's I don't want to give away too much, but I really
Oh,
like it. I
yeah.
really like it and I finally came on a title for it. I
Yeah.
kept tossing them around and I'd think about one for a few days and then hate it. And so I finally settled on one and I'm hoping it'll stick. It's side eye and sidekicks
Oh, I like that.
because there's a lot of things
Yeah.
about dogs in it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's and a lot of things about your friends and whether you want more friends as you get older or you want to stick with the friends that you've had all your life, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm on chapter 12.
Nice.
I'd like to get to like 22, 24, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I've already wrote the last chapter.
Okay.
And
I
I
love
already
it.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I want it to be good and I'm the type of person who I'll start something and then I'll kind of rush the end because I just want to be done.
Okay.
But I'm trying my hardest not to do that with this book. I want to make it real meaningful and so I'm
Yeah.
trying to take
Well,
it
and pacing's important
right.
in
Yeah.
books. Yeah.
And I already
Yeah.
have an idea for a second book.
Nice.
So it could be addictive, just like your
Well,
class.
and you didn't, and you've mentioned before to me that you love sci-fi, and you weren't. This book is not sci-fi.
No. The next one would be more sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love sci-fi.
That's
I
exciting.
saw I saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind when I was young, and I think I've seen it 15 times. It is my go-to movie. I love Richard Dreyfuss. That Jaws. I love Jaws because of Richard Dreyfuss. But yeah, so Close Encounters has always it made a big impact on me. And a friend of mine in Oklahoma, we have a saying, or she has a saying, and I stole it from her. Even bad sci-fi is better than no sci-fi.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. And so you mentioned dogs a couple times. You have a dog now, right?
Yeah,
is he nearby?
Yeah, he's 11. He's a boxer. Boxers are my breed.
Yeah. Why boxers?
My daughter was attempting to do photography when she got out of high school.
Okay.
And I was going to Clary Sage College of Spa and Aesthetics. And there was a girl there who had 2 boxers. And so Samantha went to photograph her and her boyfriend in the park with their boxers. And I went with her to help. And I thought those dogs were just the funniest, sweetest things. And so then I got my first one, and her name was Layla. She was white, and she was a maniac, but she lived to be 11. Then I got Paxton. I adopted Paxton. He was my boy. Oh, my goodness. And then we got Rocky, who I still have. He's 11. He's old for a boxer, but he's hanging in there. And then I got Bindi, adopted Bindi in Mexico. And she died 3 days after we got to Long Beach.
Oh, that's sad. You mentioned the one dog and said like that he was your boy. I feel like there's a dog, even though we love all of the dogs that are in our lives, there's always that one dog that feels like the soulmate dog. And I don't know why that is, but yeah.
No, it's true.
In my case, it was a dog named Nacho who died during the pandemic. But yeah, he was a cattle dog, and he had a rough life before he met me, and he just became the Velcro dog to me.
Cattle dogs are so smart.
We understood each other. Yeah.
Paxton, I adopted him. He was dumped along with his sister. He was a white boxer, and I adopted him from Tulsa Boxer Rescue, and they're Oklahoma Boxer Rescue now. And I did a lot of I tried to do a lot of volunteering with them. Appreciated them very much, and they were very serious. They came to my house and did a home inspection and everything. And so Paxton was really supposed to be Samantha's, but dogs sometimes pick their person, and he was so protective and so cute and funny. Every day I was almost late for work because of him, because as soon as I'd get ready to go to work, he would turn over and expose his belly, and he was so funny. And we had a song together and everything. He was just the cutest.
You haven't written about him, though?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
No.
No children's book about him like Trisha?
No, but the book I'm writing now has a lot of things about dogs in it. Yeah.
I think once they steal your heart, you can't not have them in things.
Yeah. It's funny because half my family are cat people and the other half are dog people.
Oh, okay. I get that.
Yeah.
Any other things you'd like people to know about you, or how can they follow you on social media? What's your handle on IG and
Instagram? What is it? I don't even know.
Began with a B.
I don't even know. I'd have to look. But you can follow me on Facebook. It's just Sarah Givens. Can't miss it. There's a donkey. You see a donkey attached to the name Sarah Givens. That's me.
Yeah.
One of my biggest accomplishments in the last couple of years was I got in my favorite magazine. Which is
in Southern Living or in?
No, my latest favorite magazine.
Oh my gosh.
It's Daphne's Diary.
Yeah.
It's British. It's the cutest magazine with lots of stuff in it to do. It's very creative. And, I have always felt and believed this and lived by this, that you don't get what you don't ask for. And so I just emailed them and asked them to put me in their magazine, and they did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there a link to your social media or to your website there so that?
No.
Okay.
No, I just follow Daphne's Diary on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this one came out in December 2025.
Okay.
And I wrote the 2-page spread and sent the pictures.
Oh, nice.
And then they changed the wording so that it sounds a little more British,
Yeah.
which I loved.
Can you hold it up again so we can see it?
The spread?
Yeah.
Find it. I was just so excited that they put me in their magazine because it's such a creative magazine. If you're a creative and love to do things, you need to get Daphne's Diary. My mom and I both love this magazine.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, they do it's very nice. It comes with papers that you can use and crafts you can do, and it's
So
super good.
have you ended up, you think, with some more followers because of it? Or have you gotten any email or anything from anybody or
No.
DM saying, hey, I saw this? No?
No, but that's okay with me.
Yeah.
To me, it was an accomplishment to get in the magazine. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
I think you could be famous, and work really hard to be famous, but I also think you need to do it for yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm that kind of person. I like to check things off. Did that, been there, done that. That's me.
You make your bucket lists.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do it.
It's not just one list. It just keeps growing.
Yeah. And that's part of my novel. That's part of my novel. I put that in my novel that I'm writing is list making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's something to be said for that, right? To give yourself new challenges all the time.
Yeah.
Because that is the only way we grow and experience life.
Yeah. I just recently downloaded an app that it's called Liven.
Okay.
It really helps you regulate yourself and, understand yourself. But it has a to-do list on it. Every day you can put a to-do list. It's helped me a lot just within the past few months. I really am appreciating it.
Good.
It's a good app.
Well, thank you for endorsing that.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's called Liven, Liven.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today and to be on the show.
Yeah, thank you. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yes. And I'm gonna stick with your class and hopefully publish a book like you did or you have many times.
Well, I'm sure you will. We'll work on that.
I did just finish The Silent String. And
you did?
I sent it to my mom and she read it also. We enjoyed it very much.
And are you moving on to the Killer Concerto next?
I got to order that one, yeah.
Okay. The Shadow Requiem, the third book in the series, is coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Wow. So, you're going way too fast for me. I'm one of those readers that as I read, I reread things because I don't want to miss the point. So I'll go back, in the last paragraph. And so I'm kind of a slow reader.
You should read our dog series that my brother and I have written, the Whiskey Dog Mystery series. Because those are fun and they're fast. It's not quite
suspense.
Though the Shadow Concerto series is thrillers, they're kind of more literary fiction written than straightforward mysteries.
Yeah.
And so those are quicker and easier and lighter to read. Whiskey Dog Mystery series. But
I have so many books I want to read.
Yeah. We all do. We have big stacks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
I'll see you soon.